So earlier today, I was at this exact same park, and I was at this exact same spot I'm in right now, and I was deep in my thoughts, just thinking about all sorts of things. And then a random squirrel came up to me, and if you guys don't know me, well, I love squirrels. But the squirrel kind of just kept going closer and closer, which kind of surprised me because they usually just run away if you make a slight movement, but I guess it kind of liked me. And then I had like a staring contest with this squirrel, and a really crazy thought just hit me in that exact same moment. This squirrel is not just a squirrel. The squirrel is a symbol of everything I could want in a life, but something I cannot get because I'm a human being. And then, I stood up. The squirrel obviously ran away, not too far away. And then it picked up something off the floor. I think it was like a nut, of course. It picked it up, it put it in its mouth. Boom, that's a meal. And I felt a deep sense of envy right there. It felt like the universe was mocking me. It really did in that exact same moment. That squirrel didn't have to do anything crazy to get that meal. It just found it and put it in its mouth. That's all it took. It didn't need a number on a screen to get that meal. It didn't need a piece of paper to get that meal. It didn't need to go to Walmart to get that meal. It didn't need to do job interviews, resumes. No. And it doesn't need to pay a stranger to have shelter, because shelter is just outside. And all of these thoughts just hit me in that exact same moment, and I low-key just started crying because it really did feel like the universe just was mocking me. It's insane. It truly is insane. I started to think about, what if animals just have this way of communicating? And, the way we view animals, we think that we're the most valuable things on this earth. We think that animals are beneath us. We think that humans are the most important. Sometimes we don't even really register their existence. We know they exist, but we don't really take them that seriously. What if animals are secretly thinking, obviously they can't think, this is just, hypothetically, but what if they have like a secret way of communicating and they're like, those humans are, those humans are a joke. They think they're better than us. Look what they're doing. We get the last laugh in the end. And then, those humans, they go to their jobs, they make resumes, fake it, pay strangers to live, use numbers on a screen, and dictate their entire lives around a made-up thing called a number on another made-up thing called a screen. A squirrel isn't going to talk about, I have depression, I have anxiety. A squirrel isn't going to talk about, I feel like I'm behind in life. A squirrel isn't going to compare itself to other squirrels. If it sees another squirrel, well, it's just another squirrel. It's not it's not another squirrel that they're going to compete against. No. They just live. They live in the moment. They just eat, walk around, run around on their tiny legs, find whatever they can eat, do whatever they do, not worry about anything, and then, not worry about death as well. And then, when their time comes, that's it. And a simple life is all I really want. And unfortunately, since I'm a human, our version of a simple life is a lot different from a squirrel's. Obviously, it'll never be as good as a squirrel's, because, when I really thought about it, Whenever I talk about having a simple life or wanting a simple life, I imagine myself just, having enough money to be comfortable, not stressing about money all the time, living on my own. And, that definition of living peacefully, living simply is just, even that is not good enough, because your life is still going to revolve around a number on a screen. And in order to live alone, you have to pay a stranger who goes by the label of landlord, and you have to pay them every month, and then you have to go grocery shopping. So I'm really starting to wonder, man. I keep talking about, just wanting a peaceful life, a simple life, but not even a simple life is good enough, to be honest. And, it just goes to show that circumstance isn't everything. I just don't want to be a participant in a world that runs like this, man. I really don't. That squirrel, they don't know what politics is. They don't know what war is. And I was staring at that squirrel for a good, a few minutes. And it just hurts to know that I can't live that simply. I'm forced in a world where, we got all this politics stuff going on. Countries going at war, borders, made up borders. This is my land. Your land is over there. This is my land. Even though this was already here before we were even here. Money, jobs, the rat race, comparing ourselves to people. That squirrel doesn't know any of this stuff, man. It hurts to know, man. It hurts to know I'll never live a life that simply. It just hurts to know that I'll never have that simple life that I crave, because it's just not possible as a human being. My mind has already been exposed to all of this made up nonsense and just filth, that even a peaceful life by human standards is just, I don't even see what's good about it anymore. But for obvious reasons, I'm just gonna keep playing it out. Just gonna keep playing it out, man. And I always say this, but this is why I go out in nature and just watch the animals, watch the trees and stuff, because I don't know, it just kind of feels good to see other creatures not be a part of this ridiculous game. I guess because, I don't know, I kind of just imagine myself as that animal sometimes. Like, I've even gone to the point where these mosquitoes that fly around my face whenever I'm at a park, because you already know they're everywhere. Mosquitoes, flies, maybe even wasps. I look at them and I'm just like, wow, what a simple life, man. I even look at ants on the ground and I feel envy. I really do. That's why I don't even step on bugs anymore. I used to do it. I don't even do that anymore, man. Like, if I see a spider in my house or whatever, or any sort of bug really, I don't kill it. I actually told myself a few years ago that I'm never going to kill a bug ever again. And to this day, as far as I'm aware, because who knows, maybe when I just walk outside I might step on one accidentally, but I don't really intentionally do it anymore, because they're living as peacefully as a life can possibly live, as simple as a life can possibly live. I don't want to take that away from them. I mean, they don't know it. It's a good thing they don't know it, right? Because the fact that we even have a label, peaceful life, simple life, nah. The ones really living a peaceful and simple life are the ones that don't even know they live a peaceful and simple life, which are only animals. Yeah, not every animal, but you get my point. This human experience, I don't even know if at this point I don't even think a peaceful life is a thing. Maybe it's a relative, I guess, but for me, I don't even think it's possible anymore. I really don't, because this is the place we're in. This is the world we're in, man. I look at these bugs around me, these flies, mosquitoes, squirrels, and I'm like, wow, what a simple life, man. It's just so simple. And then I go back, to reality, maybe use the internet, and you have people arguing about politics, left or right, talking about dating. Where I can't get a girlfriend, girls are so hard to get. Talking about how oh my god, why do I have to be a participant in this? Why me, bro? Why? It just hurts my soul every day, man, that I'm just automatically a participant in this disgusting game simply because I'm a human being, man. Have you guys ever watched Dragon Ball Z? There's a character in Dragon Ball Z called Captain Ginyu. Basically, when he was fighting Goku, who's the main character, he has an ability where he can basically body swap. And he did it to Goku. So he swapped bodies because I guess he knew Goku was stronger. I don't really remember. But then Goku, if you guys watch the show, you know what I'm about to say. But like Goku, he threw a frog at Captain Ginyu when Ginyu was trying to switch bodies. I don't remember the exact details, but basically he accidentally switched bodies with a frog. And I thought really deeply about that because, as I said before, when I was looking at that squirrel, I'm like, I kind of want to do what Captain Ginyu did and just switch bodies with this squirrel. Yo, squirrel, get a taste of this human experience while I get to live a simple life. Oh my god, I wish I could just become a squirrel right now. This life is so terrible. This life is so terrible that I wish I could just turn it, switch bodies with a squirrel, man. Hey squirrel, how about you come into this human body and experience this horrendous piece of garbage game while I get to run around and collect nuts and just eat all day and just piss all day and poop all day and get to climb around trees and stuff. Man, oh man, I don't know, that was an interesting thought I had to share. But yeah, I'm really envious of these animals. And, this whole awareness thing, man. Just the fact that they don't have awareness is just such a huge win. I honestly don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just kind of rambling in this video, but I really can't wait until this is over, man. I really, really can't wait. This is a complete and utter nightmare. And like, is this what the human experience seriously is? It's unbelievable. This is why babies cry when they come out the womb, man. Because they know. I'm just kidding, they don't know. But I don't know, I just find it very interesting that babies just immediately start crying. That's like a sign saying, this life is a curse. You're about to enter a nightmare. I swear the universe is giving us so many signs that we just don't see. It's just so unfortunate, man. And I'm not even an anti-natalist like that anymore. But whenever I see a person with a newborn or like a little baby, I'm just like, oh my god, here we go again. This little thing that doesn't know anything, that came into existence without consent, and now they're forced to be into a world where people fight wars over imaginary borders, where people compare themselves and say, am I doing good in life? Am I behind in life? Like, being forced into a world where you have to make digits to survive. It really hurts when I see babies, man. It really, really hurts. And if you're asking, oh wait, why are you not an anti-natalist? I just don't really care to identify with these labels, man. People are gonna have kids regardless of what I think. I just don't want to be that person that says this is immoral, don't do this. I don't care. I don't care about what anyone does, okay? I don't care about this world. I don't. That's why I'm not an anti-natalist. I don't care. I don't want to be here. Why should I care about what other people do? Why should I care about what's wrong or right? I don't even care about this entire world. I had a guy tell me the other day, you're making the world worse by talking about being anti-human and, you know, complaining about life. And I mean, that's already a stupid enough argument to begin with, but I don't care if I'm making the world worse. I don't care about anything about this world, dude. I don't even want to be here. I mean, obviously that comment was ridiculous. All I do is just talk to a camera, venting my frustrations with life. Occasionally make a decent point here and there, but, you know, mainly just venting. And, you know, these people have a problem with that. And then there's people talking about, you're only doing this for money. Yeah, I'm only doing it for money. I've already admitted that numerous times. I'm only doing YouTube for money. There you go. I said it again. What are you gonna do, cry about it? I'm just so tired of these people talking about, you only do it for money. It's like, yeah, am I the one that chose to live in a world where you can't do anything without money? No. So what's the problem? It's like, I'm just so tired of people, man. Like, I had a moment in my channel, a period in my channel where I'm like, yeah, if you guys want to have a discussion or something, then yeah, I'm down. Now I just don't really care. I don't really care to discuss anything. I'm not here to debate. Maybe I was gonna do that before, but I don't really care enough, dude. I haven't had a guy tell me, why are you making, what's with the footage, right? Because in my last video I was skating and I used skating as my footage, and he was like, what's with the visuals, man? I'm like, what? He's like, you no need to do skateboarding. I'm like, who are you to tell me what to do with my own channel, man? Like, who are you to tell me what to make my videos about or something? Like, who are you, first of all? I don't even know who these people are. Why should I care about anything they have to say? Like, I don't know. I'm just really tired of, like, pretending. Like, yeah, I only do this for money. I'm just gonna admit that right now. So that's the reason why I'm not gonna be arguing with people anymore. If you guys see like a huge, you know, thread where like there's a bunch of comments and I'm responding to those comments and then it just suddenly gets deleted, it's because I banned those people. I'm not here to entertain people. I'm not here to debate with people anymore. I'm not here to argue with people. I'm only on here to make money to survive. That's it. So if you come up on here talking about, oh, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that, let's argue about your opinions. Goodbye. I don't care. I don't even really care about this whole YouTube thing, to be honest. This whole YouTube thing, you know, it was cool at first, but the moment it got attached to survival, that's the exact same moment where I just stopped caring, man. The very first time I paid my bills with YouTube money, that's how I knew I lost all passion for this. That's how I knew, because that's all it really is, man. That's all this gets me. The only purpose of YouTube is to give me numbers on a screen that I can then use to survive. It's not passion. It's not enjoyment. It's just survival. You know, society tells you, do what you love doing and you won't have to work a day in your life. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right, man. I thought I would love doing YouTube, but I just hate it. I don't want to even do videos for real, but I have to survive. Well, not literally, because I do have a full-time job, but obviously this gives me decent money, so I just have to keep doing it, man. It just sucks a bit because I just don't enjoy being in any sort of spotlight, man. Even though I only have 12,000 subs, it doesn't even matter, man. I just don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. You know, obviously I have to keep being seen and heard just to make money, but, you know, I'm just done with this stuff, man. I'm mentally checking out, man. I just don't like the idea, whether it's trolls or even the positive comments, even the comments that are like, you know, tragic reality, I love your videos. I'm not saying I don't appreciate it, but I'm just starting to realize that this YouTube stuff isn't for me. I don't like the concept of having this many people, you know, think about me, listen to what I have to say. You know, I don't want that. I've always been a private person. You know, that's why I go outside and film my videos in quiet areas where typically other people are not at nighttime too. I don't like being seen or heard. I don't like it at all. I don't want to be in any sort of spotlight. I'm that kid in high school that would just, you know, go outside during lunch and just hide out in some sort of random, I don't know, some place where people can't see me. And yet here I am online talking to a bunch of people, you know, and it doesn't even feel like people either. It's just numbers on a screen, really. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 12,000. It's just numbers on a screen. It doesn't even feel like people either, but, you know, I know it's people. But I don't know, man. This YouTube stuff is just, I just started to hate it now. It's not about, you know, it's hard to explain, man. It's just my own personal thing, I guess. I guess people that would want to grow their channel to this size, they're probably gonna be like, oh, you're ungrateful, man. Yeah, I'm ungrateful. This job is not for me. And yes, I called it a job. This is a job. It's just for money. This is not for me. You know, I don't want to be online talking to a bunch of people. I want to be alone, completely alone, not having anyone see or hear me. I don't want to play this game, man. This game is not for me. It really is not for me. I don't know, I'm just completely burnt out, man. And the funniest thing about me saying all this is I'm just gonna say all this and then just post it online anyway. Because the bills won't stop. And this whole thing about work, man, this whole work thing has just, it crushed my soul, man. I feel defeated right now, man. I can just see myself decades and decades from now just working a job, wasting away my life at a job, and that's just life. Like, when I was like 15, 16, you know, even the age 24, which I'm at right now, that felt so distant because I knew there would be a lot of experiences. But now that I'm 24 and, you know, basically an adult, and now that I've seen that life is all about clocking in, clocking out until you die, this life is going to go by really fast for me. I'm going to just say that. And good. I hope it does go by fast, man. I really hope it does. I'm a part of this game whether I like it or not, and that just hurts. It just hurts to know, man. The most I try to do is just block out all of the noise. I don't even use social media anymore, man. If you use social media still, why? Why do you do it? The only social media I use is YouTube, obviously, to post videos, but people that use social media like Reddit and Twitter, like, why do you do it, man? All it does is just ruin your quality of life. It really does. Seeing people online arguing about trivial garbage, politics, talking about the latest tragedies, I'm sick and tired of that stuff, dude. It just reminds me every time, yeah, I'm in this game whether I like it or not. Hearing people argue about politics. It's so absurd, man. It really is so absurd. I even had a guy tell me, oh, do you eat meat? I'm like, what? What does that have to do with anything, man? He's like, do you eat meat? I'm like, yeah. This is literally my own comment section, by the way. Obviously, I banned the dude, but he's like, oh, you're making the world worse. I'm like, this world just disgusts me. This world, dude. This world is just, ah, man.